Hello, my lovelies. So, we are going to do our last live of 2025 tonight. So, readings are available. You can purchase one, or I do a couple for the collective as well. We're going to be manifesting tonight. We're going to be using some bay leaves. So, what we're going to do is if you want to either bring something in or leave something in 2025, remember it has to fit on one of these, and they're not real big, if I could get it in camera there. So we may have to abbreviate some things if it's like something really long. So if you want to be able to either manifest something or get rid of something in this live, let me know. Put your first name there. If you want to get a charm reading, we have charms out, I have tarot out, or mediumship. We can do any of the three. So we're going to start with some collective readings. Apologies that it's late, but I figured most people are still up because it's New Year's Eve. So if you guys see me during the live, we're doing some manifesting, charms and tarot readings, and mediumship should anybody come on that wants any. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I don't always go live from the laptop because usually the sound quality is kind of crummy, so apologies. So let's see, what are we leaving behind in 2025? What are we leaving behind? Movement. Okay, so we might be moving. Some of us are going to be traveling a lot next year. All of the month ahead or year ahead readings, I should say, that will finish airing tomorrow. You guys will see a lot of people in the collective are going to be moving in 2026. More money's coming in. We have 6 back to back, so love that. Hi, Izzy. Good to see you. What else do we have going on for 2026? Ooh, some wish fulfillments. Love that. Okay. Some confusion. So maybe we're a little confused on how everything's going to transpire. Sometimes I feel like we have to leave it up to the universe, right? We have to let the universe take care of some of that. Put in the work where it's required. That might be on yourself at this time, and be willing to take a leap of faith. You know, it's kind of ironic that it's New Year's Eve and we have the Fool card, right? It's all about turning over a new leaf, starting something new, starting something fresh, taking that leap of faith to go towards a new beginning. So I love that. All right, what else do we need to see? Ooh, could be some love coming in 2026. I'm going to get tripped up on the year several times. You know, I always do that, right? The first couple of weeks, it's like, I don't know, what year are we in? What day is it? I have no idea. Here we go. Setting some goals, manifesting, being positive about the outcome. Some of you might be trying to manifest love. Some of you guys are trying to manifest new jobs or more money coming in. Some of you might want to travel, move, or relocate. So I feel like there's some definite positive changes, improvements that are coming. Okay. So we might have a shift in perspective, forgiveness, improvements, final judgments being passed, karma being dealt, all of those things. Wish fulfillments coming in. Love to see that. What else? Shedding of the lack mentality, right? Welcoming in more money, more abundance. And we have to learn to let our walls down. Okay. So we're probably really working on a lot of healing in 2025, right? Shedding the things that don't serve our highest good so we can actually be prosperous and happy going forward. So expect some communication. I do think that there's going to be some quick movement here. You might be traveling, so thinking about the future. What does that look like? For some of you, it's part of your growth, ascension, spiritual work, as well as thinking about marriage and commitment in the future. Very interesting. All right. So Izzy, you want to ask a question? Yes, you can. So we are doing some manifesting with bay leaves tonight. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. So these are bay leaves. You can get these at most grocery stores. They're quite literally a leaf. Maybe if I could figure out where my camera's at on my laptop, I'm going to do that all night. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take one of these per person. So be really sure what you want to put on these because I'm going to use one per person. And what we're going to do is we're going to put your first name on here, and then whatever it is you either want to bring in or you want to leave your life by the end of 2025, which is just a few hours from now. So that's one of the things we're going to do. I also have charms out, so we're going to pull some charms for the collective, and we might do a couple of more little tarot readings for the collective. What is coming in for love? Let's see what we've got for Izzy. That was quick. Communication. You have communication coming in for you. What is coming in for love, past, new, or both? Let's see. What does she have for love? Ooh, you could have somebody that's resurfacing that is not somebody that you want to deal with. This could be somebody that was really like aggressive towards you or cruel towards you. So I think you need some really strong boundaries if a certain someone does that. But we also need some balance in our life. Okay. So while there could be a reconciliation coming in for you if you want it, I would ask yourself if it was worth your time. And if it wasn't, then probably not the best option. I think Spirit's getting ready to move you out of a situation that doesn't serve your highest good. Could be a relationship that started out, maybe you thought it was like a wish come true. Could have been something that turned out to not be that for you as well. But you are about to get some justice. So there could be some legal issues that are being settled for you this next year, but this is bringing in some harmony into your life. So as far as love is concerned, I think you're going to hear from somebody that you had an ending with, but I think you are either moving away from this person, could be physically, you might be moving away from this person, and I don't think you want this person back. I think you're going to kind of tell them that that ship has sailed. So doesn't look like there's a whole lot of new stuff coming in. Time frame, let's see. It's going to take a while. So the Knight of Coins or the King of Coins is somebody who really, it like takes forever. It could take months or even years. Pentacles move the slowest. So that would be associated with like fall and winter. So it could take like, a whole year or several more months before you hear from this person. Do you want to post anything for a bay leaf? Do you want to write anything you want to bring in or anything you want to remove from your life? If so, put it in the chat. Just remember, it's got to fit on this tiny little leaf, so it can't be gigantic. More money. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Let's see. VRANCESCA. More money. Okay. And I'm writing by 2026 on all of these. So we have your name, more money, and then it says by 2026. So I'm going to start a little pile of all of these. I'll take them out in my backyard when we're all done, and I will go burn all of those safely this evening. So anybody else that wants to put any intentions to either bring in or get rid of, let me know. Drop your first name and what it is in the comments, and I will get to you guys as I see them. And Happy New Year to you guys too. Let's do some charm readings. See what's going on in January. There we go. Okay. Ooh, I have a lot of stuff. All right. So we're about to take off. We're about to kind of hit new heights or elevate in some way, shape, or form this hot air balloon. So there could be some big ideas coming into the collective. Some of you guys might actually take like a hot air balloon ride, something like that. That would be kind of cool. Let's see. We have good luck, more money coming in. Some of you might be turning things around for the better. Love that. The sun. So fresh starts, new beginnings coming in. I feel like your third eye could be being activated like in kind of a big way. That's kind of a big charm. So I feel like somebody's third eye chakra might be blown wide open. So that's a good thing. I do feel like angels are bringing in somebody that like really loves you and wants to be in your world. We have another little heart here. So lots of love coming in. I feel like some secrets are going to be revealed. Another moon and stars, some wish fulfillments coming in. Again, fresh starts, new beginnings, happiness. Love that. Music is somehow significant to somebody in the collective. Music's like my love language. I love music. So I feel like there are some things that have moved incredibly slow with the little sloth here, but I do think some things will speed up. They're giving me the word graceful with this little deer here. So somebody's either needing to be really graceful or there's something going on with like dancing is what they're giving me. Interesting. Okay, we have a squirrel. So you might be putting things away for the winter, right? Kind of preparing for maybe difficult times. But I feel like you're about to be high on the hog, little pig here. So I don't think you're going to have to worry so much about your resources this next year. We are closing out the year of the wood snake. This is a cobra. So I feel like you're kind of putting up boundaries, keeping all the snakes away, keeping the riffraff out. We have a lion, so you might be getting ready to roar. I do think some of you are finding your courage, your confidence. Tried to make that one word, your courage and your confidence. Spirit wants you to know where there's a will, there's a way. You're going to figure out how exactly you get to the next place that you're supposed to be. Measurements. They're telling me alterations could be important, but also that you measure up. So don't doubt that you do. Spirit wants you to enjoy the sweeter things in life. It's a little Pepsi can. Let's see what else we have. The letter F is somehow significant, either your name or someone else's name. I feel like that person could always love you. Let's see, this little coin has a bunch on it. It says kind, peace, free, true, compassionate, brave, strong, happy, and thankful. I feel like those will describe your energy this next year. Things are about to grow, things are about to bloom. And again, we have music. So creating sound, music, harmony, singing, maybe somebody's listening to their favorite music right now. It is New Year's Eve after all. So lots of new energy, I feel like, is coming in through the collective. Really interesting. Whoa, what else is going on? Let's get a better shuffle there. Try not to shuffle in you guys' ears because sometimes it's very loud. Sometimes it's like really muffled. So I try. What do we have going on for the collective? What is happening from now until the end of January? What's going on? There it is. Ooh, the Emperor. Okay. Some of you might have divine counterparts that are coming in. Someone's getting ready to make a bold strategic move. We have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. However, somebody might be a little bit fearful to actually come forward. So they've got to find their confidence. I do think that this divine masculine might be really working on themselves. So they're ready to actually take actions. That could resonate for somebody. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Lots of juggling, and we're saying no to that because we're overwhelmed. So if you're overextended, things are in like a financial mess, probably time to kind of curb those things and figure some stuff out. Lots of confusion on how we go forward. Could be a lot of arguments going on. I feel like some of you are really just fed up with that and you're like wanting to find peace. You don't want to deal with all the conflict, all the chaos anymore. Could be with an authority figure, somebody that is really logical, really smart, but can also be kind of cold, kind of abrasive, kind of a jerk. So maybe not the best energy to be in right now. I feel like that person's struggling. They need to find their confidence. I do think somebody's thinking about the future, like wanting to either ask someone out on a date. Maybe they want to make a commitment, take things to the next level. I do feel like there's a lot of equal attraction there, but somebody's got to make the first move. And they might be waiting for something to end first. And interesting. Somebody could be going through like their own spiritual awakening and evolution, lots of change. They could be dealing with some endings that are really difficult. So that might also be another reason why this person hasn't made a move yet. Okay, let's see. So somebody's getting ready to put in some hard work. I do think some of you are going to get some new job offers or opportunities. That might happen as early as the first month in the year in January. I feel like it's important that you listen to your intuition, trusting your instincts, making sure that you really decide whether it's for you or not. But there is a whole new world of opportunities that awaits you. I also feel like a lot of us are going to be traveling this next year. So lots of like happier times, like really feeling fulfilled. So we're completing something difficult. Again, trusting your instincts, intuition, listening to that little voice inside your head. I feel like there's also something about dreams being really vivid right now. So through the month of January, that might be something where your dreams are really fantastic. We also have some good news coming in. So what are we celebrating? New Year's, right? So we have some positive changes and getting ready to take a step in a new direction. Could be towards love for some of you. You might have a new romantic partner coming in. For some, it's a divine counterpart. For others, I feel like it could just be a soulmate. Not that there's anything wrong with a soulmate. They're great too. So what are your goals? What do you plan on setting for the new year? And I do think somebody's gathering their confidence to be able to make a romantic offer. Interesting. There could be a bit of an age gap between you and this other person. One of you might be a little bit older than the other or younger, vice versa, however it resonates. All right, let's see. What else shall we do this evening? Does anybody want cards or charms? Figured there would be a lot more people on since it's so late at night, but apparently there's only a couple people. Maybe everybody's partying already. Who knows? All right. Is he still in here? If you guys wanted to do a bay leaf, all you have to do is drop your first name and tell me what you either want to bring in or what you want to let go of. Francesca did one. She wants more money coming in. So I put your name on there and the whatever it is you want. If it's something you don't want, we are going to draw a line through it, a no, okay? So that we know what we are bringing in versus what we are eliminating. So if you guys want to do that, all you got to do is drop your first name with whatever it is that you want to either bring in or get rid of. Well, hello. You missed the beginning. You didn't miss much. I was just giving instructions. Nothing too big. So we have the bay leaves. If you want to bring something in or get rid of something, let me know. We'll put your first name on there and whatever it is. If you want to bring something in, tell me. If you want to get rid of something in your life, tell me what that is and we'll put it on there. Just remember it's got to fit on the bay leaf. So it can't be like 85 sentences long. It won't fit. So if you want to do that, let me know. If you want cards, let me know. We're doing all of the above today. Let's see, what time is it? It's already 10 o'clock. Holy cow. We were watching movies with the kids. We ate dinner. I made a bunch of homemade, what are they even called? Pretzels. There we go. I made pretzels today from scratch. That was fun. And then we just did like nachos for dinner. Really easy stuff because everybody was tired. And sat around and watched movies. And then one of my kiddos went home. He lives down the road. So we're just going to hang out for a little bit tonight. It won't be a super long live tonight because it's already late. And I know everybody's probably getting ready to ring in their new year wherever they are at. So it won't be a super long live or anything. But I try and keep my promises over here. If I say I'm going to do a live, I try really hard to jump on and do one. I didn't know what time it was going to be. So apologies for that. Sometimes I try and, make it a point of telling you what time. I will try and do better about that going forward. Bay leaf for money and health. Love it. Let me put that on here for you. So we want money and health. Maybe if I could spell. There we go. Okay, so I'm putting on the back side of all of them, I'm putting by 2026 so that the universe knows when we expect this. So we've got money and health for Gisela by 2026. We got Francesca wants more money. I think this year's going to actually be pretty darn good for money coming in. So I'm excited for that as well. Your girl's been pretty broke this year, so it would be nice to actually see some stuff coming in. I have quite a bit of these guys, so I'm just pulling some more out. So if you guys have other stuff that you want to bring in, let me know. What's on yours? I haven't done one for me just yet, but I have a few things in mind, so it might take more than one leaf. If you guys have other stuff that you really want to put on there, let me know. Drop it in there. So I definitely want more money. Okay. So money. Let me put that on there. Okay. So mine says, I can never tell where my camera angle is on here for whatever reason. So it's got my name. It's written upside down. Money by 2026. Let's see. I want to be able to travel this next year. So we're going to put travel. Okay, so we've got travel. Maybe I'll figure out the camera by the time we're done. So this one says travel 2026. What else you guys got? What else do you want to throw in there? Marriage. Ooh, Gisela. Girl, get it. Okay. Okay, Gisela wants to be married. Boom, 2026. If you get engaged, I want an invite, even if it's I can just see pictures. Ooh, shiny new car. Okay. Okay, we got Gisela, new car, 2026. What else we got? There we go. That's easier. I think that will be awesome. It's not yours, marriage? Oh, that was not yours. Okay. Do you want to get married, Gisela? We could leave it in there. Oh, apologies. I didn't see the other name. Let's see. Is it? I don't even know how to say the screen name. Can you tell me your first name so I can put one of these on there for you? I need your first name. Gisela's like, that's not mine, but I'll take it. Well, it is now. It is now. You might be happily surprised. It's in there. I hear fireworks outside. One of my dogs absolutely hates it. Yes, leave it. Okay. First name is Gary. I probably said that wrong. Apologies. Gauri. Married. Okay. Boom. Okay. Have Gary married by 2026. I'm putting 2026 on all of these. We're not trying to delay things. We want them to hurry the heck up and come in, right? That's what we want. Let's see. What else did I want to put in there? Travel, money. All my kids need stuff, so I'll deal with that after the fact. Let's see. Okay, there's one of those. Let's see. If anybody else wants anything else, is there things that you just want to bring in? Is there anything you want to leave behind? Because we can burn it for that too. So if there's things that you want to like rid yourself of in 2026, we can put that on here as well and burn it. If there's things you want to welcome in, we'll add those as well. So we're going to differentiate. I'm going to draw a circle with a line through it, like the no sign, for things that we don't want. That way I'll know what we're doing here. So if anybody has anything they want to leave behind or things that they want to bring in, first name, and then what it is that you either want to bring in or leave behind. So just make sure that you guys put your first name because that part matters. Okay, let's get some more cards. And if anybody pops in and wants, bay leaves or whatever, shoot your name in there and we'll get it on there. All right, let's see. What's going on in love in 2026? What's happening, let's say, the whole month of January? What's going on for love for January? What's happening? Ooh, endings. Ooh, well. Okay, so we have the death card. Okay, so we're going through some major transformations in the month of January around loves. There could be some endings. But you know what? We might be replacing that with abundance, like a ton of abundance. Okay. So ironic that we're manifesting money, right? And, this ending is going to bring in some money. So we love that. Inheritance, wealth, abundance could be a lottery win, could be a settlement, could be a new job, signing a contract, any form of money could be coming in like that. Somebody might be very rebellious or adventurous, a little bit of a hothead and a flirt, could need some boundaries. I do think there's somebody that might try and kind of weasel their way in to kind of do the gimme gimmes, right? Especially if you come into let's say you won Powerball or something crazy, right? All these people start coming out of the woodwork. So we've got to be careful of that. You need some boundaries. But we are taking a leap of faith going forward. I really feel like when it comes to love, some of you might just decide to be solo until you really meet somebody that's worth your time. Hiccups for confirmation. Yeah. So some of you are cutting some things off so that you can just focus on you. What else? Yep. No more overthinking, right? We're tired of the anxiety, tired of feeling trapped. We're about to get some sort of breakthrough here. Love that. So we can discover new things about ourselves, be a little more adventurous, going towards wish fulfillments. Love that. Again, we got to be careful of the people around us, though, because somebody can't be trusted. I do think that that centers around money, that there's somebody that maybe you don't trust. I just heard in my head, the banks. Some of you don't trust the banks. I get it. I feel that sometimes. All right. So we've got to put in some hard work. Some of you are absolutely moving. If money is the obstacle, that's going to be removed because we have the 10 of coins as the second card. If that's the obstacle, more is on the way. So we know that that's coming. So where do you want to go? Maybe that's what we need to manifest. Where do we want to travel to? I know I want to travel a lot of places. So we got to be specific sometimes. But we do have the potential for fame, fortune, victory, reward, public recognition, being in the spotlight. I do think that some of you have the potential to be like rich and famous or like well known somehow, some way, some shape or form. So that's interesting. So you're working on our confidence, right? Really independent, lots of passion, maybe tempers flaring for some. I've picked that up too, like so independent that you just don't want help with things. That's interesting. Okay, what else? Lots of confusion, lots of arguments. We want to say no to the arguments. We want to try and find peaceful resolutions. Ooh, but we are getting some sort of massive change. I do think that if you won the lottery, that would be a massive change, right? That also helps to improve things. Some of this is karma, right? Good karma for all the hard work you've been doing, that spirit starts to bring in rewards for saying no to the devil, all these toxic things we don't want. So things with strings attached, addictions, codependency, all these things that we would like to leave behind. And it takes a lot of strength and courage in order to do so. Bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So unexpected financial blessings coming in. We have the 10 of coins out here as well. So I do think that money is coming in. I'm hearing in my head, make it rain. So for some of us, we're going to have way more than we thought we were going to, which is excellent. Let's get some charms. Let's see. Okay, we have Snoopy. So somebody could be spying or watching you in some way, shape, or form. Some of you might be taking a trip near water, the ocean specifically. There could be somewhere that you're making waves. Could also be like if you're an overnight success. Obviously, it's not really usually overnight. There's been a lot of work behind the scenes, but there could be some sort of elevation there. For some of you, your crown chakra is being activated, so you're going to need to kind of pay attention to the downloads or the sudden knowing that you all of a sudden start to get. We have the lone wolf, right? Very independent energy. They also can run in packs. And for some of you, I do think love could be coming in, little heart there. Interesting. So there could be somebody that's like, I don't know, across an ocean or at a significant distance from you that's watching you, maybe spying on you through some sort of means. Could be social media, things like that. But I do think you're going to have a sudden like epiphany or knowing about who this person actually is. Interesting. All right. Do we want to add anything to our bay leaves this evening? We have just a couple out here. So if that's all we have, that's cool. I'm going to take them outside once we're done here and go burn them. I could do them inside, but sometimes they kind of get a little too smoky. So I'll do it outside instead. But they're super simple. If you guys ever do this on your own, be extremely careful. I usually have like tweezers or something to hold them safely. And then you just take a candle and you burn them, okay, till it's all the way ash, and then make sure that you catch the ashes in something that won't catch fire, okay? And it's that simple. You don't have to say anything specific, anything like that. You just light them and burn them. And sometimes I just read out what's on them and then I burn them. So like This top one says Gari married by 2026. So we'll light that little sucker and let it burn to ash. And then when I'm all done, we make sure the ashes are totally cooled off. I go spread them out in my garden. So you return it back to the earth. And what that does is it signals to the universe that you set an intention. And this is the way that people manifest. It's super, super simple. I love that it's an easy way to do it. It's not a bunch of like silly, crazy things you have to do. So I use this one pretty often. You can also use it to like get rid of things in your life. So you can write on there the things that you want to exit your life. Same thing, you can have like a little system of how you know it's something you don't want. So I would draw like the no symbol on it and burn that to get it to leave, things like that. So lots of ways you can do it. You can look up different ways if you so choose to do so on your end. But this is one of the ways that I have done this for, I don't know, a really long time. My mouth is so dry today. So sorry. I was hoping one of my people from TikTok was going to be on tonight. I told her I would do a reading for her if she came, but I don't see her, so that's okay. We'll catch up another time. So today would have been my last day for TikTok officially. I didn't post over there. I haven't really posted anything other than the announcement that I was leaving as of today. So I'm going to leave my page up there so people can still know where to find me for personal for now, but I won't be posting over there anymore. So you guys exclusively have all of the content over here on YouTube. This will be the only place that I'm going to go live. It's the only place you can find my podcast, all the readings that I post. And we have, I think, 2 weeks worth of stuff that's already recorded because I'm going to take a little vacation for a few days. So you guys still have readings that will be up. I'm just not going to be actively posting. So I'm going to take a little breather. What else is going on? I will get started on some new podcast episodes for January. Trying to think if I think I have like 1 or 2 ideas in mind for upcoming podcast stuff. If you guys ever have a topic that you're curious about, you can always shoot me an email, or you can even comment on like one of the podcast episodes or whatever, and let me know if you have like a topic that you're interested in. I'll do some research on my end and, post one. Trying to think, was there any other announcements that I had for you guys? I don't think so. I think that was it. Also, if you guys are ever curious about what's going on the channel, I type out a post and it goes on the post tab. I think that's what it's called. The community tab, I think maybe on you guys' end. But anyways, so I post stuff on there so you guys have updates. If I posted this a week in advance that I was going to go live on New Year's Eve to do readings for you guys. So check that out. I promise it's worth a few minutes of your time to read. I also post polls from time to time because I'm trying to get feedback about different things, different topics that maybe I want to do videos about, things like that, readings about. So read those because I do giveaways and things like that. I'm going to post there as well as just videos. So Bayleaf channel grows 2026, right? We definitely need that. Maybe we get monetized in 2026. Wouldn't that be something? Okay, so let's see. YouTube channel monetized. Okay. Let's see. My YouTube channel. Not just anybody's YouTube channel, this girl's YouTube channel. Okay, not that you can read that. It's upside down. It says my YouTube channel monetized 2026. Yeah. Better write my name on there, huh? There we go. Okay, now it has my name. Yes, because I would love that. I'd also love for it to, continue to grow with followers and subscribers, people who actually want to be part of the community and everything. Because now that this is going to be the only one that I'm doing, I'll have more time to actually put stuff up. I'm still going to do like 5 or so days a week or whatever, but excuse me. I'd love to see it grow. I would love to get to know all the people that are here watching the readings and everything. So that's why lives are important. So obviously we'll be doing more lives going forward. I hate to like put myself into a box and go, it's going to be like clockwork every weekend. It's not. I'm just going to do it when I feel like I want to do it. Some might be in the middle of the week because that's when my house is usually quieter. Some of them might be in the evenings on weekends. I might even start doing you guys' like week ahead forecast on Sunday afternoons as a live stream. We'll see. If I do, I won't be doing personals during that one, only on the other ones. Like if it says we're doing readings or whatever, then we will. If it says something like your week ahead for whatever day, then that's what that live is going to be. But I think that might be kind of more fun. It's definitely less time consuming if I do it in a live stream. So I don't have to do like 12 individual videos or whatever. But you guys do seem to like those. For 2 or 3 weeks now, we've done the week ahead for each of the 12 zodiacs in the shorts. So like a 3-minute little read for your week ahead. So some of those got well over 1,000 views. So, I mean, I don't hate doing them or anything. I think they're pretty easy, but we might do them in a live stream instead. And then what I'd have to do is like write down the timestamps so that I can post them in the comments for you guys to jump around to your sign or whatever, because I know that gets irritating. It's like, especially if you're, a Pisces, a Capricorn, whatever, the people at the end of the zodiac, everybody's like, oh, I don't want to sit through all these other ones. You want to go to your sign and watch that. So timestamps, if it's on a long video, will always be in the comments. I try and do that as a courtesy to you guys, because I'm one of those people too. I don't like just sitting around waiting for everybody else's stuff. It's like, come on, get to my message. I didn't come here for everybody else's stuff. So I understand that. So that might be something that we do going forward. Probably not this weekend, but maybe. I don't know for sure. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, live streams, I'm going to try and do more of those going forward for you guys as well. And I think what I want to do is do free readings for you guys in a live, but with the option that you guys can purchase or you guys can leave a tip or whatever until the channel's monetized. And then you guys can send super chats or stickers or whatever the heck, however it works. I don't know. I don't watch very many live streams on YouTube. So I'm going to have to play with all that stuff and figure out how all of it works, because I don't know. There's always new little things that they put on here. Like every couple of weeks, YouTube's got new features. So we'll play with it. We'll see what happens. I do also want to use the Go Live Together feature. So one thing I want to do going forward, and I'll put an announcement up before we actually do it, but what I want to do is have it set to subscribers only. And then I'll post the link like I did in the chat for my Linktree, but it'll be the live link. So we're going to do mediumship with that. And the reason I want to do that is because you guys can hear everybody, me and the other person, the person I'm reading for, in real time. So what you do with that is, let's say I post the link, okay? So then there's going to be a link that you'd like copy that link, because I don't think it's one that you can push the tab or whatever on here. So what you'd do is you'd copy that link and then you would click it and it's going to pop up a dual screen. So we would be like side by side. And then you can hear me and I can hear you. You don't have to be on camera if you don't want to be. But when I channel for people, it helps me just to be able to hear your replies, because then I can move through the energy quicker. So that's one of the things I want to play with going forward. But I'm only going to do that for subscribers. So when I do things like that, I'm going to post it in advance, and then it'll be free for subscribers. But I don't want to do it for just a public one, because I don't want weirdos just coming in and monopolizing our time or anything like that. So it'll be set to subscribers only. One more bay weave. Okay. That my spiritual gifts grow. Ooh, I love that one. Okay. Let's get a good leaf, one that's not all goofed up. Okay. Let's see. Spiritual gifts grow. Ooh, come on. Here we go. Okay. Okay. So we have Gisela, spiritual gifts grow in 2026. Now, I will tell you, as somebody who wanted that for a very long time, I wanted my spiritual gifts to grow. Just know that that comes with work on your end. So, meaning that you're going to have kind of homework that you have to do. Spirit's going to prompt you to do things that maybe make you uncomfortable. One of the things that my guides prompted me to do when my gifts started to wake up was that I had to speak up. I had to be seen. I had to be able to channel and not be scared that I looked like a crazy person. I had to learn to take a lot of scrutiny. I had to learn to deal with a lot of people that doubted my abilities. So it comes with, some not so fun stuff, but I will tell you that it's always worth it in the end. So if you are doing some hard work on yourself, that is always rewarded in the spiritual. So if you're working really hard on like opening your third eye, that's something that there's exercises that you can do, meditations you can do, and it just takes practice. The spiritual gifting course that I have here too, that's going to help you to meditate. That's going to help you to, tap into your intuition and make sure that you can hear it very clear. I did a whole podcast about angels and how to meet your guides. So it's called Angels 101. It's in the podcast. It's just a couple of weeks ago that I did that. It is about 2 hours long, but you can watch it in parts if you need to or whatever. But that's going to help you to be able to actually hear from your spirit team. And I couldn't do what I do without mine. So really, really important. But I will tell you that if you're absolutely dead set on opening your spiritual gifts, you can, but you're going to be required to do things to use them. So just know that spirit will kind of nudge you in different directions throughout in order to get you to actually do what you're here to do. So just be prepared for that. In the beginning for me, I was really, really hesitant because I was so shy. And it was an awkward thing for me to channel in front of people. I didn't know what I even looked like doing it. I didn't know if I just looked like I was daydreaming. I didn't know if I looked like, I was missing brain cells. I had no idea. So just know that it comes with, you're going to have to put in some work for that as well. Have to win the lottery to afford your course. It's still free. I decided that it just wasn't worth all the headache of charging everybody. So they're both free. The spiritual gifting course is, I think it's in its own playlist. Let me look because I don't remember. And then the Angels 101 is free. It's in the podcast. I just don't remember where I put the spiritual gifting course. I think it's in its own playlist, but I'm going to check that real quick. Because I would love to be able to, make some money and stuff, but spirit was like, just put it out there. It's okay. You're going to be fine. So I was like, all right, I believe you. Okay. So let's see. So spiritual gift course. See how it says a public playlist? So it's in its own one. It's 5 videos. Let me see if I can open that. Okay. So this one is 5 videos. Start at video 1 and watch them in order. Those are all free. Okay. You just take them at your leisure. And then if you go to the podcast, okay, here's the podcast. And it is the 3rd one down. Okay. Oop. Nope. We're not trying to play one now. Angels 101. Okay. So it's episode 34. And that one is how you talk to your angels, how you listen to them, how you get in contact with them, all that. I would suggest that you do the spiritual gift course first, okay? Because that's going to teach you how to actually like listen to your intuition, how to open your third eye, all that stuff. And then do the Angels 101. It'll work a little bit better that way. That's kind of how it was designed to work. So they're both free. I changed them, okay, to free because I want everybody to be able to benefit from that if they so choose. So they are both free. So it doesn't matter necessarily which one you watch first. You could watch the Angels one first. You could watch the other one first. I think it would work better if you do the spiritual gifting course first and then do the Angels 101, but up to you. Do what you want to do. Okay. So they're both free. You can access both of them. All you got to do is go to the playlist for the spiritual gift course and go to the podcast playlist for the Angels 101 because I did it as it was broken down into 4 or so videos, and I decided that that was just, it was too much. So I put it all together in one video, and it's like 2 hours long. So you might need to watch it in parts, but it's fine. It's there. You can watch it whenever. So anyways, they're all in there. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there was anything else new that was up that you guys could watch that would benefit you. I think those are the most recent ones. And then you guys all have a year ahead prediction video for each of the 12 zodiac signs for 2026. So tomorrow, the last 3 will play the earth signs, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I tried to get them all done by New Year's. So the fire signs played on Monday, water on Tuesday, air signs Wednesday, and then tomorrow you earth signs will have your year ahead. So watch your sun, moon, rising, your Venus, whatever you feel placements are important for you that you want to know about. Watch each of those videos, and it's going to give you a bigger snapshot of what to expect. Those are longer videos, so they're roughly around 30 minutes or so each. So those ones took me a while to get up. They took me like 4 or 5 days to record all of those. I don't think I'm going to be doing super long, like week ahead messages for all 12 zodiacs. I just don't have the energy to do all that stuff. But I am going to try and incorporate some new different readings going forward. Hiccups for confirmation. Spirit's like, yeah, you're going to do some new readings. So we're going to test out some stuff. Last, but still the best, okay, Gisela? Just because you're last doesn't mean you're not a favorite, okay? You're one of my favorite people over here, so don't worry about it. Haven't you ever heard that? You got to save the best for last? Come on now. One of my kiddos is a Capricorn. I love Capricorns. So the reason why I do them by elements is because, I forget things and I don't want to miss any of the signs. So I always do that. I go fire, water, air, and earth. I always do, because that way I don't miss any of you guys. Because I tried doing it in other ways and I would like goof up and miss a sign, and I felt really bad. So we have to do it that way. So my senile little brain up here can remember. I'm getting old, lady. Okay. Sometimes I have to set reminders for myself, or I forget shit. So that's why I do it that way. So you will play tomorrow about 6 p.m. my time. I don't know what that translates to your time, but it will be available tomorrow. Okay. So watch all of the other placements that you want to watch. And then I think since I don't have a podcast this week, those will probably start up next week. I think I'm going to do you guys's week ahead as a live on Sunday afternoon. I don't know what time Sunday afternoon. I'm real lazy on Sundays most of the time. So it'll be in the afternoon. So if you want to join and you want to watch it live, cool. Turn on your notifications. If you don't, if you want to catch it on replay so you can skip through, do that. It's fine. Either way you want to do it. But I won't be doing personals during that live stream. It's going to be just the week ahead stuff. So I might just ignore the chat. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Somebody might not even come in, but just going to focus on doing the week ahead messages, and we'll see how that goes. If that just becomes, it's a pain in the butt, then I'll just go back to the shorts for the week ahead stuff. We'll see. But I don't know. I don't mind doing the live streams. I feel like a lot more people tend to watch like one or the other. Like some people only come to live streams, don't care about the videos, and other people watch a lot of the videos and don't come to any of the live streams. So to each their own, do what you want to do. But I don't know. We're going to be doing some experimentation on the channel going forward because I want to see what you guys are interested in watching. I have a whole little notebook of different readings that I have that I never use. And so I'm going to start incorporating some of those into the weekly messages, and we'll see what gets traction. We'll see if you guys like any of those or not. Again, we're going to start doing some mediumship stuff over here live because I want people to know that I really do that and that it is legitimate. And how better to do that than live, right? One-on-one on camera in real time. So that is something we're going to be doing as well. So I want to use that Go Live Together link. We're going to play with it the first couple of times because I haven't gotten to use it yet. But I think as long as I post it, you guys can, go to that. It does say it only works one at a time. So like if somebody's already using it, they'd have to wait till that person has exited in order to jump into the link. But it's like you can use it multiple times. It just says it's one at a time. So we'll see. How's the weather outside? Dry as shit. It is so dry outside. So I'm going to be extremely careful when I go burn these. I have a patio on my back porch that's like paver stones. So if something falls there, I'm not worried about it. But I don't want to go into the grass at all because it is so dry. It's like hay right now. We haven't had a drop of moisture in weeks, and our fire danger is extremely, extremely high right now. So we had like the faintest little dusting of snow the other morning, and it melted off by like 8 a.m. So dry, not a drop of moisture in the air. Short of that, it was pretty warm today. It was actually kind of nice. I want to say it was in like the 50s or so. The sun was out, blue skies, no clouds or anything. So that was nice. But I hear neighbors shooting off fireworks already. So I'm sure that'll kick off in another couple of hours. Our neighbors across and down from us usually have the giant mortars for 4th of July and stuff. They usually save a couple and shoot some off for New Year's and things like that. My boyfriend's already zonked out on the couch. He's tired. They were working on one of my kids' cars today. And so they're tired. My other son, he's downstairs. He's like, I'm not going to bed yet, but I am going to go lay in my bed. I said, okay, you go relax. And then the dogs are zonked in mom's office, and that's it. Nothing too exciting. Years ago, I used to go out and go do karaoke and go get shit-faced and all that stuff. And I just don't anymore. I'm like, whatever. It'll happen whether I'm awake to see it or not. And it's not exciting to me to watch the ball drop or anything anymore. I'm like, seen it about 1 million times. It is what it is. I did hear that places like New York City had canceled their New Year's Eve celebration. Like they weren't going to let people in Times Square or some shit. I don't know. That's a first I've ever heard of that being a thing, but safety, right? Who knows, or whatever. But I don't go to like big gatherings for holiday events or anything. Like you wouldn't catch me in a giant place anymore for a New Year's celebration or anything like that. I'm almost always home for stuff like that. I don't like crowds anymore. I don't like all the noise and people everywhere, the unpredictability, and just so much energy. It just actually physically makes me sick at this point. So I'm home in my safe place doing live streams. People can see me from their living rooms or whatever. It's easier. But I remember going out and doing stuff when I was younger, and it was fun. But now I'm like, I don't want to. It's fine. I'm too old. I don't care. But I hope everybody has fun, whatever they're doing. I don't really drink anymore, but I had gotten a couple of little teeny tiny baby moonshines, and really because I want the jars for my spell work and stuff. So I dump the liquor out, or I give it as an offering to the old gods, and I don't drink it. I just give it to them. I'm like, I just want the jar. You can have the contents, and it works out pretty well. So So that's what I'll be doing. I'll pour one out as I burn all these and then make my offering. And there we go. C'est la vie. All done. So that's what we're doing tonight. Nothing too cool. Let's see. What is today? Today is Wednesday, right? Yes. Okay. I don't know. I have to look at the calendar. I did manage to get a new wall calendar, so that's helpful. Ironically, one of my kids just got his passport stuff situated. He's waiting for the paper book to actually get to him. And he wants to take a trip to Japan at some point next year. He's fascinated with it, has always wanted to go. And the first picture on my wall calendar is old Japanese building. I don't even know what to call it. I'd have to show you what it looks like. Let me grab it. Hang on. Maybe this. I don't know exactly what that's called, and that's a big glare on there, but it's got cherry blossoms and this crazy architecture. So I told him, I said, maybe that's a good omen. Maybe you're actually going to get to go to Japan this year. I think that would be cool. So this whole calendar is called travel because I want to this year. So we'll see what happens. But I would love to. One of the places I want to go is Gettysburg, so I can go ghost hunting for the channel and for myself because I've always wanted to go there. So we're going to put that on here because I almost forgot about it. Ghost hunt at Gettysburg. In 2026. Okay, so that's another one we're going to put in there. Ghost hunting at Gettysburg in 2026. How fun would that be? Wouldn't that be fun? I think that would be awesome. Temple on calendar. Isn't that cool? I thought that was a cool picture. So if you guys have anything that you want to try and manifest, we have a bunch of these bay leaves in here. There's more in here than it looks like, but all I need is your first name and what you want to either bring in or eliminate out of your life for this 2026. We have cards out. We have charms out. I'm out. I'm here if you guys want to do readings. So we're just kind of doing whatever tonight. Nothing too specific or anything. Hello. Welcome in. So we're doing manifestation stuff tonight. I'm going to take all of our little pile of bay leaves we have written on, and I'm going to go burn them outside this evening after the live. So if there's anything that you want to add in here, let me know. We'll put it on one of the leaves. Put some more of these out. There we go. So we take one of these. We're going to write your first name on it. We're going to put what you either want to bring in or what you want to get rid of. And then the year 2026. And then I'm going to take them outside and burn them. Real easy way to bring stuff in or get rid of stuff. Hiccups. Ugh. So we'll see what happens. If something you guys manifest tonight happens in your world within the next few weeks or something, confirmation, shoot me an email. I would love to celebrate positive news with anybody who has some fun stuff going on. Gisela, maybe you're going to get married. Get you a new car, new man, new boo, new you, all that good stuff, right? Coming in. Too funny. We'll see. Never know. Stranger things have happened. I remember, was it maybe 2 years ago, I was doing a live over on my TikTok, and this lady that I had only ever seen in there a handful of times, she said, can I get a reading? And I said, yeah, sure, of course. So we do a reading and everything. She was curious. I guess she was on the transplant list for a kidney, and she happened to come into a live several months later, and I actually remembered her. And she said, do you remember me? And I said, yeah, I know I've read for you. It's been a while. I said, I couldn't tell you exactly what the reading was about. It's been that long, but I do remember you. And she said, well, I just wanted to let you know that I had gotten a reading about needing a kidney transplant and that I got approved, and I'm like 3 weeks out post-op or something from my kidney transplant. And I did a reading that predicted she would actually get one. So that was cool. So I love stuff like that. It's like, you never know. I mean, crazier things have happened, right? So we've predicted little babies, we've predicted people moving, new cars, marriages, all sorts of stuff. So never know. Might as well put your intention out there, right? How else do you expect the universe to bring it in for you if you don't ask, right? You got to ask for it. So I really want to travel. I want my channel to get monetized. I want to be able to grow the channel over here. What else? More money coming in would definitely help. It's kind of it. My kiddos to get squared away, get their cars squared away, all that stuff. Some of them want apartments and things. So we'll put some of that in the bay leaves and we'll put that out for them too. But that's about it. Nothing too exciting this time around. What else? What else are we bringing in for 2026? Health, wealth, abundance, prosperity. Let's just start writing some stuff on here. Health, wealth, prosperity, abundance. There we go. Okay, we've got some health, wealth, abundance, prosperity. So those will be for the collective. How about some world peace? I love that. I'm going to draw a peace sign. Boom, world peace. Not that I'm great at drawing or whatever, but world peace 2026. Boom, boom, boom. What else? What do we want for the collective? What's going to happen? Love. How about some love? We could always use love. Right. So we got some love on there. Some more leaves. What else? Does anybody want babies? I don't personally. But I know some people are like, they want to start a family, right? Be better if it was specific. We're going to put for anybody who wants to start a family. Baby. So I put on here, anybody who wants a baby in 2026. Gisela, you crack me up. Okay, your name's on that one. Toe curling. Flip over, you little stinking thing. Toe curling love for Gisela in 2026. Okay. I mean, the more specific, the better, right? Right? Spirit wants us to tell them what we want. How else do we get it? Another good size one. Anybody else? I know there's people watching out there. They're all going to hit me up after the fact when I've already burned all the bay leaves. They're going to be like, wait, BB. Be like, where were you? Okay. I know the notifications go off. I know that they do. So anybody that's watching this while it's still live, go ahead and put your stuff in the comments, what you want to bring in or what you want to get rid of. We're going to do one more collective reading here. And then I'm going to go burn this out in my yard. I'm going to start welcoming stuff in. Also, tomorrow is the first of the month. It's also the first of the year, so even more potent and powerful. Do you guys ever blow salt and cinnamon in your front door to bring in abundance for the month? Do you do money jars? Do you know what those are? I do both of those. I do both of those things. So a money jar can be super simple or super complicated. It's totally up to each individual person. So you're going to get a vessel of some kind, okay? I have a bowl that looks just like this that has my stuff in it. So what you do is you're going to clean it out, soap and water first, dry it out. Then you can take incense or sacred herbs of your choice. And what you're going to do is you're going to clean the vessel, okay? So imagine this is incense and it's lit and it's smoking. We're going to go around clockwise, okay? Because we want to bring things in, okay? We're going to swirl that around and the intention is to clear the energy. Then what you're going to do, pretend this is paper money, okay? You're going to take said paper money and you're going to put that in there. If you have crystals that you want to add to it, citrine is a yellow stone. It's very good. Jade is green. It's very good for money, things like that. Do your homework, decide which ones you want. If you don't have any of those, that's okay too. Cinnamon sticks are also part of abundance rituals. So you can go to your local grocery store and you can get cinnamon sticks. Okay. They come in big containers like this. They come in baggies, all sorts of different ways. If you don't have any of those and you happen to have ground cinnamon in your cupboard, in your spice cupboard, sprinkle a little bit of that in there. A little bit of salt, okay? Salt is for protection and banishment. You also can add things like cloves, whole or ground, either one, totally works, okay? So some people put things like black pepper in there. It's also for protection. Whatever you feel like is super important, okay? Because your intention is really what matters when you do things like that. So what you're going to do after you clean your vessel, okay, you're going to put whatever kind of money you want. It can be coins, it can be paper money, doesn't matter. This is just for demonstration. So you're going to take said money, whatever kind it is, and you're going to put it in there. If you have crystals, if you have cinnamon, whatever, you're going to put those things in there. Then you're going to talk to your bowl. Okay, this is where it gets really good. So I like to hold my bowl close to my chest and I like to talk to it and tell it what I want it to do for me. Typically, I say something about I want it to actually like multiply my money. Whatever I put in here, 10 times that is going to come in. Okay, so if I put $100 in, then 1,000 would come out of it, right? Okay, you see what I'm saying? Whatever you feel like is the right thing for you to say to your money bowl, do that, okay? Then you're going to set it aside. I have a little altar in my office, and that's where mine sits all month long. You could feed it throughout the month, okay? You got a few quarters in your pocket, put it in your money bowl, okay? You're going to feed that periodically. That's going to help the universe know we need to bring more. So it's not dry, it's not dormant. Keep feeding the beast. Even if it's a few pennies here and there, throw that in there and watch more money come to you. Every time I make a fresh bowl, more money usually follows within a few hours to a few days. It usually happens really, really quick. Now, you can also write an intention on a bay leaf and put that in your money bowl, okay? You can burn it and you can leave the ashes in there. Some people put like a big bowl of salt and then they put like the bay leaves in the salt. Remember, salt is for protection in spell work and things like that. So those are just some things that I do. It has worked for me over the years to bring in money when I need it. So that's one of the things that I do. The salt and cinnamon is another really easy one that you can do. You do it as soon as after midnight, your time tonight. Okay, so you're going to take in your non-dominant hand. All right. So for me, that would be my left hand. You're going to put a little bit of salt and a little bit of cinnamon, and you're going to kind of rub your palm together. And then you're going to take it, you're going to stand outside your front door, you're going to blow it into your house. Okay. It's going to cross the threshold of your front door, whatever door you enter your home. Okay. That's what matters. So you're going to blow it in. And then you're going to say something to the effect of, as I blow this cinnamon into my house, abundance flows with it all month long. Okay. So the words aren't necessarily as important as the intention. That really is what matters. So those are some things that I do. I either will do that this evening if I'm still awake after midnight, or I'll do it first thing tomorrow when I get up. You're going to leave that on your floor for 24 hours. Okay. Then feel free to clean it up. If you have animals or babies or whatever, you don't need to use a ton. Just a tiny little bit does just what it needs to do. So those are two things that I do usually every single month on the first of the month. And ironically, we have the first of the year and the first of the month, okay? So salt is for protection and banishing in spell work. So have you ever heard of black salt? So black salt is table salt with ashes from like incense or burning your bay leaves, things like that. And a lot of people will collect them and then they use them for protection in spell work or banishment things. So that's one thing that you can use. You can use things like pink salt. would be great in like love spells. Okay, so it's protecting, but pink is associated with love. So there's tons and tons of stuff that you can add to things to increase the potency, so to speak. One of my favorite things to do, since I have rose bushes in my garden in summer, is towards the end of it, I will gather up like the tops, the flowers, the petals, and I dry them, and then I use them later in little spells. So I save them in little jars after I dry them out, and then I add some to little things to give it a little more razzle dazzle. If there's things you're trying to get rid of, like there's been people in my life that have been really, really crummy to me. So sometimes they need a timeout. So you can put them in a freezer spell in the freezer, literally write their name on a piece of paper. Those ones you usually will leave them in there for a while. So I don't typically take them out very often. But you add things that are unpleasant in those. So things like chili flakes, garlic, some people put like rusty nails and things like that in their little jars, and it's to make the other person like frozen out of your life. Basically, they're in a timeout. They have to leave you alone energetically. So they do work. There's lots and lots and lots of different things that you could do to get your purpose fulfilled. But one of my favorites is the salt and the cinnamon, blowing it through your door, because it works. Usually, again, within a couple hours to a couple of days, you start to see results. So the more that you feed your bowl, okay, the better it's going to work for you. So let's say you went to the 7-Eleven down the street and you bought a candy bar and you get change back. Well, let's say you put, whatever, let's say you have 56 cents and you put the 56 cents in your bowl. And I usually tell mine something like, okay, be fruitful, multiply, as I drop it in there. And then I just allow the universe to work. It does. It usually works very quickly. So you don't need to have a big bowl. You don't need to have fancy stuff. Most people have salt and cinnamon in their cupboard, so it's a really easy one. If you don't have crystals, if you have clear quartz, which is a really common one, you could use that in place of just about any crystal for stuff. It's an amplifier, so it makes things bigger, like the signal bigger, things like that. I have too much stupid knowledge for stuff like this, Gisela. I could talk your ear off for days and days about all this stuff. Maybe I should do a podcast about some of these. That would be interesting. Not that I think too many people would watch it, but maybe I will just because. Why not? I don't know. So yeah, do the salt and cinnamon at a bare minimum. If you have, even a small little bowl or saucer, you can make a money bowl out of this is a coaster, basically. I don't want all these to fall off. This is a little like teacup, coffee cup, it's a coaster. So it wouldn't have to be big. Again, so what you would do for a money bowl, you're going to clean the vessel, whatever it is, first. If you don't have incense or anything, that's okay. Just wash it with soap and water first and dry it, and then put a little layer of salt down, and then you can sprinkle cinnamon over the top. If you have a tiny candle like a tea light, these are real cheap, real inexpensive, you can set that in the center of it, okay? And then what you would do is you're going to want to light the little tea light, and you're going to let that burn all the way out. And then you can add your coins or your dollars or whatever over that after the candle is all burnt out. If you had bay leaves and you had stuff written on there, stick that in there. You can either leave it in there all month or you can burn it. Totally your choice. Sometimes I leave them, sometimes I burn them. It just depends on what you're feeling. If you're feeling like you need to burn it, then burn it. If you're feeling like, no, I just want that to sit in there, then let it sit in there. Kind of dealer's choice. So salt is for protection and banishing. And then the cinnamon is what brings in the abundance, if that makes it make more sense. So there's all sorts of stuff you can look up online if you had something really specific that you were trying to bring in. I'm sure there's different ways you can manifest that or whatever. I usually am trying to manifest money. That's usually the biggest one I'm always trying to bring in is money. Just me personally. Sometimes I've done loved ones many, many years ago. I remember I actually did one for, I'd been single for a really long time, and I was like, yeah, no, maybe I'm ready to like manifest love into my life. Let's see what happens. So I actually wrote down like a description of what I needed for the universe to bring me. Write it in your own handwriting because that's really powerful. If you're going to manifest things like that, the more specific I feel like is better. So, what I would do is I would get, let's pretend this is a piece of paper. I would get a piece of paper and I'd write down everything that I need or everything that I really want. Okay. And then you're going to fold it towards you 3 times. Okay. So, I don't want to bend this card, but pretend I'm folding it. Okay. Towards me. Okay. Because you want to bring it in. If there's things you want to get rid of, you fold it away from you 3 times. Okay. Those are little tips that seem to work really well. So if you're trying to manifest money, love, whatever, new car, sit down tonight would be a great time. Write it all down on a piece of paper, all the things you want. Let's say that you want, like, I don't know, a Cadillac or something crazy. All right. Let's say that you saw one that you fell in love with, you test drove it or something, and you're like, that's the car I want. Write it down, get specific. I want this and it's got to have blah, 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 all the bells and whistles. I want a new partnership, but he's got to be XYZ, you know? Maybe the physical stuff doesn't matter so much, but maybe there needs to be, like, I don't know, a mental connection or a spiritual connection for you to feel fulfilled. Whatever that happens to be for you, get specific, put it on there. I usually sign it at the end of it. You know how, like, if you're writing a letter to somebody, you'd sign your name or you'd have like a closing or whatever. I usually put my initials on there, a heart, and I thank the universe in advance for all of the blessings that they're going to give me, all of the stuff they've already given me. Always practice gratitude because spirit responds to that. It raises your vibration. So, just some little tips and tricks that I've used over the years. But writing things down in your own handwriting is super, super powerful. Why do you think they called it spelling in school? Why do you think we had to know how to do that stuff, right? Words are powerful. So if we speak it, if we write it, all those things, they're powerful. So your own handwriting, it's like you're the magician, right? Wielding that pen. So use it accordingly. Manifest in sentence structure like I am or I have. So, as an example, I am a billionaire. I am wealthy, things like that. Even if that's not your reality, you keep telling that to the universe, it's going to respond to your vibration. That's how that works. So, let's say Gisela is a winner of a lottery jackpot. Okay. So you would write it, I am the winner of Powerball, whatever. I am, I have, like, as if it already exists. Okay. So that's how manifesting works. And then you just have to believe that it can happen. You have to believe that you're worthy of it and start watching opportunities find you. You might be sitting at home on your couch and your phone starts ringing. Hey, we have an opportunity for you for yada, yada. I've had weird phone calls like that before where it's like, how did you even get my number? Oh, we got it from so-and-so that knew you from so-and-so and such. And what the heck? Okay. Well, trust me, if it's meant for you, the universe will find a way to get it to you. That's all there is to it. So doesn't hurt to try, right? Couldn't hurt. Hello, hello. Welcome in. So we're doing manifestation stuff on bay leaves this evening. So I have several of them. If there's something you want to try and manifest in 2026, just drop your first name and whatever it is. And I'll write it on the bay leaf. And then I'm going to go burn these here shortly after we're done at the live. We're also doing tarot. So if you want a couple of cards, drop your first name, let me know. I have charms out as well. But yeah, try that. See if it doesn't help you bring in what you're looking for. Chrissy, manifesting love. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so it has your first name, love, and all of them are going to have 2026 on them. Pretty easy. And then I just take them outside and I burn them until they're ash, let them cool all the way, and then I go spread them outside in the garden. Simple as that. Pretty darn easy. Nice. You good? My poor little dog has allergies. I think my puppy is allergic to chicken. He had a horrible stomachache last night. I did some baked chicken. There was no seasoning. There was no anything on it. Baked it, cooked it all the way, cut it up. He ate it. He was happy. And then he had a horrible stomachache all night last night. Poor guy. I hope I am 10 years single. Well, see, 10 is a number of completion, and we're entering a 10 year, which reduces down to 1. So it's like we're completing stuff, and then we go towards a brand new chapter. So maybe 2026 is the year for you to finally find meaningful love. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. We love it when people subscribe. We're trying to build our community over here. So I'm Jenna. Good to meet you. We're going to be doing more lives going forward. So if you do subscribe, turn on your notifications, especially for the lives, because I don't always have like a set time or schedule for that. I just pop on when I can. So we're going to try and do more frequent lives, at least like weekly or bi-weekly over here. And then I do a podcast on Sundays. So there's podcast episodes, tons of tarot readings. There's like thousands, literally, at this point, of tarot readings over here, all different kinds. I do a week ahead reading, love readings, spiritual guidance, shadow work, and weekend messages. And then all of the 12 zodiacs, as of tomorrow evening, will have their year ahead prediction videos for each of the 12 zodiac signs. So fire, water, air have already played. So tomorrow the earth signs will get theirs. So feel free to watch all of those, have a look around the channel, all that good stuff. And then, I don't know, there's all sorts of goodies. So just have a look around. Some of the stuff you're going to see is like hair and nails, or just random stuff around my house, my dogs, things like that. So there's tons of different stuff on the channel. So feel free to look around, and hope you'll hang out a while and come join the community. We're going to be doing some mediumship stuff in lives going forward. So I am a medium. I do read energy, and I do connect to people who have passed on who are on the other side. So never know, you might get a reading one of these days. But we do a lot of tarot over here, so that's like our main event, our bread and butter. We do a ton of tarot over here, but I also do other things. So there's lots of stuff to keep you occupied. I think last check there was like 2,300 videos on the channel and counting. So there's plenty, I promise. You won't be bored for a little while. Sit and watch some of them, binge watch them if you get bored or whatever. Oh, we do paranormal stuff over here too, ghost hunting and things. So there's a whole playlist of that. We have captured a few. So if there's stuff that I found in the video, I timestamp it. So check the comments of the videos. And if you see something I didn't see, let me know. Comment. I would love to see it. It's always a goal. So we'll do more of that come spring. Unless I find something really cool that I want to go explore. But as of right now, we're waiting on snow to hit. So we'll see if it actually finds us or not. It's been very dry so far. But I know it won't stay that way. One of these days it's going to snow really, really deep, and that's no fun. I don't like the snow. I'm looking forward to spring, so we'll see what happens. I'm hoping that we get some moisture, but I'd be okay if most of it stayed in the mountains and not down here. Never works out that way, though. All right, my dears. So I am going to go burn all of our little bay leaves that we have here. Good little bit. I'm excited about that. I probably won't do a video of that because it's just dark outside and it's not like you're gonna see much or anything. Take your meter out. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I guess I will do a little video. I'll set it up out there as I'm doing it, and we'll see if we capture anything. They are everywhere, so we'll see. What did I say? I said I was going to go out in my garden where it's quiet and dark. I'll try that. We'll see what happens. My neighbors are shooting off fireworks, so it might be a little bit hard to hear, but I'll go out here shortly before it actually turns midnight. I have like 45 minutes, so I'll go throw on some sweats and jacket and everything because it's very cold out right now. And then I'll go burn these and I'll set my meter up and we'll see if we get anything. Maybe I'll go live again. I don't know how good of a signal I'll get in my backyard, but we'll try it. We'll see. We'll see what's up. So I'll restart a live here shortly. I got to go throw some clothes and stuff on and get all my goodies. And then if I see you, great. And if not, then we'll try again another night. So I will go do all that. I will go set all that stuff up. And I don't know, hopefully I'll see you in a few minutes. If I don't, have a wonderful, happy New Year's. Stay safe. And we'll see you guys next year. Have a good rest of your night.